So, would you please say to the court what you just said to us in confidence before the recording began?
Hey, absolutely. So we needed to keep a close eye on what's happening with both ships, because if we don't watch, we could have misconstrued the premonitions that Rain has. I'm just saying. She's saying a storm is a brewing, and we may have been looking off the wrong horizon.
What you're saying is heavy rain incoming.
Heavy rain incoming.
Don't you make fun of her weight.
Someone.
Oh,
I'm just saying someone's getting wet.
So,
incoming showers.
Yes, the joke was that Scott took so long to come back from that break because he took a shower.
6 minutes.
that was a super quick shower. That's why
No,
I
I mean, like,
impressed.
sure, great, cool, but like, fucking why?
Well, because it's 4 campaigns in 24 hours. I gotta keep my brain going.
He's been with me all
No,
day.
fair. I'm currently like I've just got a bag of chocolate, and I'm just.
I forgot my
I'm
coffee in
just
the
eating
freezer on the way back.
Fuck's sake. So,
We don't
Jason
need
Tomaz.
him. We don't need him.
You enter. You don't. We don't actually. You're entering the engineering bay. What is your protocol? There are still people here because they haven't really been told that they have an engineering issue yet.
So,
no, go ahead.
I think my first step would be to get onto their actual computer system and start running diagnostic.
Like an onboard diagnostic, sure.
I think that we should remove people from this room. So while he's like getting in and using their computer, I'm gonna be like, well, everyone to like escorting them out.
Exactly, and you actually already know all these guys. You just kind of like casually bring them out.
Yep.
Jason,
are these the guys that I don't like?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore that one then.
Jason, why don't you give me another program intelligence?
I'll give you one hell of a program intelligence, our wills.
With that, you sort of actually start getting to their onboard diagnostics. And even though your scanners are real good, and you could actually link into their diagnostics from there, there's just something much better about being here doing it. Especially because the interface here is designed to be like, okay, to assist with maintenance going on. So you actually notice that it's not the punch drive that's damaged. It's one of the power lines to it is being made to look like it's damaged. But it's actually just been tampered with in the code, not in physical ways at all.
Okay, lovely.
And you actually find that very slight tampering in the sort of the code that basically sends power to the right places. Yeah.
So, presumably that's something that can just be rectified via code then?
You can just fix it back to factory settings or just fix it now, yeah.
I mean, I'll fix it now then, but I would like to see whether I can find out like which terminal this was done from and at what time, whether it's done from a specific user ID. That sort of thing. I doubt anyone would be stupid enough to do it on their own login.
Exactly, but you might as well check. Why don't you give me another program intelligence?
Yeah, you never know if it was a rush job.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A big moth just came in and tried to fight Ollie, by the way.
No, that's why I'm closing that window, because moths.
Also, this is why you changed your trousers before the stream.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about being in my pajamas in stream anymore.
Because he was kink shamed.
Why is all these rooms so dark?
Because...
Just hiss. Just hiss.
Because it gives me some dramatic lighting, and I've happened to like it a bit. Although it does kind of make me look like I am bald, which is interesting. Because my hair gets lost.
Like a vampire.
Like a vampire. Like a bald vampire.
That's what all the new kids are calling it.
You actually do find out which terminal this was installed by. Well, it wasn't installed by someone logged in. So it wasn't a user ID. It looks like essentially a USB device was plugged in that installed this malicious software. What are you doing?
Just Will playing with his tape measure.
He's
I can watch
he's
this
the
for hours.
engineer. He's fixing things in the background.
I needed to fix things. damn
Yeah.
it.
You can't fix without measuring. What are you on about?
Measure
Um,
twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Uh,
And this never happens on Sundays.
Sorry.
We had a boring crew
You
on
made me
Sundays.
lose my fucking train of thought. But the terminal was in one of the private rooms on the ship that you can go to.
is that room like
one
down
of
as
the
belonging to?
Yeah, actually, if you continue to look at it, it belongs to the comms officer. So the officers have individual rooms where everyone else shares.
Do we just go there and murder the man straight? No, I kid. I'm not going to do a Scott a few weeks ago.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's enough. Murder them all.
I never did such a thing. I took advice and followed through with my crew's advice.
No.
We talked about
That's
this
exactly
before, actually. We talked about this before the stream. So the whole thing with the science ship a couple of sessions ago, I don't think you realized, Scott, that you discussed how, okay, there's a backup plan, we could shoot their ship with our ship, but we're on their ship, so we should attack them. I don't think you realized you're the one who gave the go-ahead to go back to your ship and leave, but then you acted so confused about, and you said that was a bad idea, and then you acted confused about the idea afterwards. When everyone was saying that's what they didn't want to do.
Yeah, all of us wanted to fight like fisticuffs.
No. You guys wanted to, no matter what, you wanted death. But
That's true.
you guys wanted to fight a person. I was like, fighting a person's bad because this game, one bullet, you die.
You're right, but you said the opposite. But then you pulled the trigger on the plan. So we talked about it beforehand, how like weird it was. But
I was agreeing with the idea of fighting, but I went with the safer route.
I mean,
fair.
the murderous route, because I was going to beat them until they were unconscious.
I
That's
mean,
true.
you're the only one that can beat them. Everybody else has to shoot them.
Thomas could
fine.
probably one-man them, though, to
Can
be
beat
fair.
them. You know, you just got to actually try.
Like one donk each. He does a D8 of damage, right? That's just like, bam, you're down. Bam, you're down. Bam,
Yeah.
you're down.
But
Yeah.
armor ignores that, though. Like,
No.
decent armor ignores
His armor
ignores it.
doesn't. His
No.
punches go.
Do
through
you have
the-
level 2 so it counts as advanced weapons?
Yeah.
Yes, I have level 2, so it counts as advanced.
Oh, so that's a different conversation entirely. So
Gotta start
I
learning
can't
about
see your
things
character
before you
sheet.
sass
Oh,
them.
I can't see your character sheet, so I can't know what you're capable of. You know
Maybe
what I
if
mean?
you were here before the stream when we were talking about what we leveled.
Never mind.
Anyway,
Well, that was before leveling, first of all, and second of all, you could just give us all access to see if we have his character sheets.
Why the fuck would I do that?
That's what we do in most of the games.
No, it actually isn't, and it's bad. So you figured out that it's on the comms officer's terminal. It's from the comms officer's terminal. What did you want to do with that information?
So I'd go speak to Thomas.
He's
Yeah?
there. He's the only other person in the engineering bay.
That's why I'm going to speak to him.
Yeah, but you make it. Never mind. Yes.
I'm not going to shout across the room.
No,
man.
yeah, I know. It's just.
Oi!
Hey, yo, it's a comms officer. Yeah, he's the dodgy one. They're like, oh.
To be fair, you don't know he's the dodgy one. You never met him.
Right. We just
So-
know it's his room.
Thomas, I hate to disappoint you, but I fixed the problem.
Oh.
Yeah. Someone changed the power fluctuations or the power management systems. So I just changed it back to how it was. It looks like it was accessed from a terminal in the comms officer's private room.
That's not good because assuming so, the comms officer is probably a bit higher up than a lot of these people. He could even have more people working for him. The real issue is it might not even be the comms officer. Someone could have been in his room. I don't know. We have to figure out more information, and we can't do that from here.
I suspect the next step would be to visit the comms officer's room. Yes.
Yeah, we can do that, but then red flags will be going up for him if he knows that he did something wrong, and we go into his room. It's kind of like we know what you did.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't start with his room. Maybe we go talk to the captain or check someone else's room first, and I keep an eye on him to make sure nothing. I don't know. Maybe we try to like divert it to be a direct just him.
What about we'll. I mean, obviously, I've got the PC back there. Why don't we contact the ship, see what the captain thinks, and perhaps one of us could go and keep the comms officer occupied, talking to him, and Rain could pop inside and have a quick look.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna hail the ship then on a private comm.
Yeah,
Encrypt it if I have to.
Yeah, that's totally possible within your programming skill.
Oh my god, these guys never pick up. It's like a Skype call buzzing on my monitor right now.
Yeah, that's the best thing, because like the other people in the bridge right now, the comms station is buzzing.
And they're all just looking at
I
it like,
go
oh.
press a button.
Yeah, after when no one else, when the captain doesn't,
Which button is it? That one.
Rain just sort of pushes her hand on the console.
Oh,
And it opens up, and the call would open up with like, it wasn't a video call, but of course Rain turns the video on and it's just uncomfortably close. Trying to turn it on.
is this thing on? Yeah.
Hello, Rain.
Hey, Jason, what do you need?
We've fixed the problem, but we may have encountered another problem, or at least some information. Can you grab the captain as well?
Hey, boss, Jason wants to talk to you.
Right here.
So we fixed the problem with the reactor. It was a simple change with some of the code, easy enough to change back. However, a little bit more digging, it was changed from the terminal within the comms officer's private quarters. Thomas and me are discussing how best to approach this. We had a couple of ideas, one of which was one of us goes and talks with the comms officer themselves, perhaps I as another comms officer, to keep him occupied and ensure he's not in the room, and then Rain can hop in and have a little look around.
I ain't been in the comms officer's room before, and unless I can see in, I wouldn't be able to.
Oh shit.
She needs to have experienced the room before and not just see images.
I mean,
but
That's why you should have taken Rain to the bridge.
I'm sure I can get her into the room. Getting the door to open's pretty easy. It's just convenient that she could pop out undetected.
have we checked the cameras to see if anybody else has been in or out of his room since in the past few days?
Not yet. That was going to be our next stop at the security station. Presuming I can't access it from here.
You could probably access all of that in the same, because ultimately terminals could still access almost everything from everything. It's just what they're designed to and what's easier to do. So considering you're kind of being a hacker man anyway, you can access anything on the ship from a terminal on a ship usually.
Give me a moment and I'll see whether I can pull anything up.
Absolutely. Before we start pointing fingers, let's see how many people need to have fingers pointed.
I'm going to minimize that call and then run.
Yeah.
So basically, the camera watching that door, search criteria is the PC will just flag up when there's motion. On that,
you want to do a motion? Why don't you give
person?
me a notice intelligence first? / during. But yeah, I get you. And
then once it has filtered it down, I would then review the stuff to see whether anyone actually goes in. That sort of thing.
Yeah, because ultimately, the facial.
It's going to be hours of
footage.
footage.
That really I just good with days of footage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing you notice first, as you just flick through the cameras on the ship and where they belong,
and I could potentially narrow it down further by knowing the date that the thing occurred, the change in the code occurred. No, okay.
But I mean, you have no idea. I mean, it could have been before you started traveling or whatever. Although it would have been very unlikely. Although the thing you've noticed, of course, now, Jason, which if I didn't make it clear, I apologize. There wasn't a real issue. It was all faked due to the power supply. It wouldn't have actually exploded.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't realize.
Oh, I didn't realize that either.
No. Okay.
You figure maybe it was just a cause to stop for longer.
It was a ghost.
Yeah. But the thing you notice before, while you're setting that up, while you're flicking through the cameras, is there's a group of people gathering. Or if you imagine all the airlocks to the station have sort of an open corridor that leads to your main airlock. There's a gathering of individuals there. Some of them wearing some not very concealed body armor. Most of them have weaponry.
Is this live?
Yeah, live. There's 3 of them. Appears to be the one leading them is a woman with long hair and a sort of grey streak through it, who is actually like checking her submachine gun before starting to like sort of match up to the airlocks.
And so these are outside the ship?
Outside, the Flowering Rose is airlock. Traveling towards it.
Traveling towards us?
With you in the Flowering Rose, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That is what I understood. Just wanted to confirm. Do they have any tattoos? Just because this is clearly a high quality camera feed that lets me see like a grey streak of hair through some.
Well, that's more dark hair and light hair, because it's much easier to have black and white information and color information. But with that same information, you can give me another notice check to get more details on them.
This is just because obviously we know that Excalibur have tats.
You do see 2 of the 3 have it visible in some way, similar to that other one where it's not the whole tattoo always visible. The leader, the woman, does have the whole tattoo visible on one arm.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna just quickly flick back up to that call. We might have a problem, Cap. We've got 3 armed individuals wearing armor, armed with not pistols, and they are currently headed our way from the outside, one of the main airlocks on the Flowering Rose. I can confirm they have lovely Excalibur tattoos, and I'm gonna send over a .jpeg.
Space JPEG.
Space JPEG of like a screen cap of them.
Yeah.
Sure. I immediately am going to toss that over to Anna to run through the database of the crew on the ship to see who, run this through the crew's database, see who these people are, what the ranks are, so on and so forth.
She just immediately turns to you like, they're clearly not on the ship. No one from that ship has
Oh,
left
I'm so
yet.
sorry. No. I thought I heard you saying that they were inside the ship walking through.
No, they are very explicitly outside the ship.
I'm so sorry. I misread that one
it.
part. So,
Walking up to it.
Okay, not a problem. I say, well, let's contact the captain, make sure he knows what's going on. Stand by, and I'm going to contact their captain.
Okay. It's ringing.
Okay. Is there a response after, say, 10 seconds or so?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks as though the captain is otherwise indisposed. I'm going to treat this as a high alert. Ladies, if you'd like to find your firearms and kind of get our ship prepared for, handling our situation.
Well, Anna, what she asked, do you want me here?
No, stay here. Just be at the ready because everything's in close proximity. The 2 of you, do you think you can get into his quarters to grab that information before they fully infiltrate that vessel?
You, Jason and Thomas, you hear muffled, a couple of gunshots, 2. Which you imagine was probably the sort of people you just led out of.
We have weapons fire.
Go take action.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock the airlocks because you said there's thick blast doors.
The thick
I'm just gonna
blast
lock
doors.
those boys.
Yes.
How
They're
long?
not gonna close instantly.
How long of a walk is it from where they are and where we are right now?
Walk or run?
Sure.
I know. I just thought.
No, don't run. It's dangerous.
No running,
outside the
I
door.
spilt my coffee. I'll slip.
Can't spill frozen coffee.
It's thawed now because I'm so hot. that. You know?
I didn't. Just as a tidbit, I did enjoy watching Scott trying to get that coffee. He was like a monkey with like ants on a stick. He was like,
really need coffee.
it was beautiful.
Why don't you just have coffee in liquid form like most people?
I was in the freezer too long.
I
I left it there for a full hour.
It would be... How far can you run in a turn? What, 220 meters?
200 feet.
A double move is 20. Is there a multiplying factor in this game? I don't think there is.
No, I think it's just
Yeah.
20 because it's 10 for each move.
Yeah.
So considering your ships are beside each other, it's just sort of you have to go out and then in. To get to their airlock, 2 turns. 3 turns because you got to leave your ship first.
Gotcha. And that airlock is going to be same spot where the bad guys are?
Currently.
Currently,
I don't
yes.
know how do you know how many turns in the future is going to be?
All right. I actually think it'd be a good idea because we don't really need because we're docked right now, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. So we don't need to be at our ship. It's not like we're going to do that while we're docked to a station. We're not going to do that firing thing in the middle of. I think we should all grab our weapons and head that direction.
If you tell Anna to do that, she'll be happy
Fair
to do
enough.
Yeah. But never mind. Let's go see if we can join them. It's going to be a run and wait. We're going to rush up there and then communicate and see what's going on.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like I said, there's sort of like the ring and then indent corridors, so you can like run up to the side there and be nice and ready.
I'm gonna turn and give what's her name, Rain, like a full on look, and be like, Rain,
Yeah, boss?
are you ready?
Absolutely.
You're here.
Yeah.
You've always been one of the most dependable people I've met. I'm just making sure that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. This is in the lab. I'm fine.
It's far from, but let's see if we can send them to one, and then I'll move out.
Ollie,
Yes.
you said that there's a big glass airlock?
No.
Okay, so
I
how...
think it was a big ass airlock.
Oh,
Like-
glass. And I was like, that's inconvenient.
No.
Oh!
So instead of just regular airlocks, which it would have,
Yep.
if you got to imagine that, like the engineering bay is in the middle of his spine. So
Sure.
instead of just regular airlocks, which would be door-sized, the
Yep.
whole thing has a blast door, which Jason currently is set to start lowering, but it's going to take a little bit of time.
So, and you said there's 3 of them?
Of
Or
the
4?
the Excalibur, 3 of them outside, yeah, which are currently
3.
coming in.
Okay, so I'm gonna say to Jason, you're shutting that one door, perfect. Close off all the other airlocks, and then when the time's right, we'll open up the one to our room. We
Got
get
it.
to jump on them, and I'm gonna stand like directly next to the door so that they have to walk in to see me, so I can get like a.
Yeah.
They walk in, I punch them in the face.
Helmet on, Thomas. Don't want a stray shot blasting us to hell. He motions at the reactor.
Yeah. Because you have a couple of turns,
Yeah.
you can like set yourself up. Were you
Yeah.
setting up like by the sort of smaller door-sized airlock? Sort of put them in a smaller
Yeah,
funnel?
so close the big ones, close the little ones, open a small door size that Thomas is next to, and I'm in a good, like, I would be
Yeah,
in
that-
cover.
that'll be after
I'd be
a-
there
a
taking
little bit.
cover.
Why
Yep.
doesn't every single person roll me initiative?
Because
Ollie,
we
I
were
want-
asked to.
I want
Because I'm
you
asking you now.
Click your token.
I want you to roll me initiative.
I'm rolling 2 initiative rolls.
Ooh, that's a beautiful initiative. Look at that initiative.
I want to
Got that, like,
initiate.
initiative.
Hey.
Don't worry, don't worry, we're really fast.
Oh, I didn't select my token.
We're fast boys.
Well, given that you have to wait for them to come to you, that's probably okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't select my token, so I gotta fix that.
How are you
that's bad.
so you? How
I-
how many hours do you
announced it.
use this
Whoa,
program?
I'm
a week?
always the one that tells
Hi.
other people thank you.
I just
Which
told you so. And then you didn't.
Just a fucking. You're just a basic bitch, Scott.
Listen,
I don't like
Humans-
to say such mean words.
humans make mistakes, Ollie. Ollie just likes to play like he's not human, but he makes the most mistakes.
I've made mistakes today, like not having a nap.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
Mistake.
And now he's cranky.
I
Yeah,
took a
well,
30-minute before the stream. It was the best.
And I wish I could.
I was like, I'm not gonna eat. I'm just gonna nap.
I would have been last week where I'm gonna have a nap, guys. No, I'm not. I'm gonna sleep forever.
I'll hurry up.
And you know why? It's all the late night chats with you and Doxy, keeping me up at night, all hours in the morning.
And who's to blame for that one, Ollie?
I mean, honestly, it's Doxy. She's cool people.
Anyway, Davis, your first turn is you actually getting the demo charge from the armory, which is just, like a table, and starting to run out.
Is that on the way?
Yeah.
Like our setup? Yeah, it's just slightly out of the way.
Yeah, I imagine it would be near your airlock, kind of, because you foretold a situation like this kind of happening. You're running through the station, but like on that outside road, there's already like some degree of panic and alarms being played because gunshots. You actually see through like some glass areas of the roof of this chamber, the anti-air guns on top of the station are turning towards the Flowering Rose. Just in case, like they don't know what's happening yet. Just sort of as a precaution sort of thing.
While moving, can I dial into the local authorities? Or is that I have to wait till next time?
If you were trying to do it without slowing down, you would have to give me an exert dexterity.
I'm fine with that. I mean, I imagine I can't even speak until next round, but at least they know something.
No, if you do an exert dexterity, you can do it now.
You just dial in, and all they hear is heavy breathing. I'll put my ease. Who is this? What do you want?
With that, yeah, you absolutely, like, you're sort of running, you get your compad, you sort of fumble into, like, the local authorities and the security force that would be on this station.
Sure. How do they answer?
It would more be one of those things where you probably start talking before they even answer because you're running. But yeah.
This is Captain Davis Nielsen of the Magpie. Please do not fire your anti-ship weapons. Please do not fire your anti-ship weapons. There is a issue going on board right now, but it's personnel, not ship-wide.
Give me a lead charisma, please.
Absolutely.
For that commanding presence.
Baby,
Yeah.
that's a
You're like
full-on
it just should be more like on the others' turns and like when is your next turns, but they're getting back to you like we don't know what's happening. Any information and that sort of thing would be.
Yeah.
Your blah blah.
When it's my turn again, I'll talk.
They are actually going to start a little bit of a spray, like because of the whole open spine of this ship. There's actually a spray from their submachine guns towards your bay. No, Thomas isn't here, but Jason, can you give me a physical save, quick?
Sure.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. Evasion save. I didn't see that there for a second.
Hey!
Hey!
That's good. I like green.
We will
I like green
wait
too.
for.
I like that HUD. Can I just take a moment to appreciate? That's nice and clear and simple.
Yeah, this Roll20 sort of setup isn't perfect, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to wait for Will. So this quick and deft evasion has some slowness to it.
Yeah. Well, it's got to go slow-mo for me to really show off my matrix.
Yeah, because they basically that you're closing the cargo bay doors. Close the cargo bay doors now. The best line in Winter Soldier. And like they start shooting sort of stray bullets through it, stray bullets into it. Of course, it's a freaking heavy, bad glass ass door. It takes the bullets easily, but it's the ones that spray through that you have to sort of get out of the way. Thomas, give me an evasion save. Both of you manage to duck out of the way from the bullets that are pinging in, and the bullets don't do any sort of harm to the interior of the engineering bay or anything. Like that sort of thing, you really need to be aiming to do it.
Small weapons
Small
fire.
arms fire from this distance isn't going to do anything. Anna is going to be running. Rain is probably going to be running.
Yeah.
Jason. At this point, the door finishes closing.
Okay, cool.
But all of them are closed.
Yeah,
Like, you
cool.
are essentially locked yourself into the engineering bay, which is great. That's exactly what
Which is what we wanted, yeah.
Yeah.
So in that case, basically what I want to do at the moment is keep monitoring the cameras to see that presumably they will move round to doors to try them.
Yes.
And then-
So what if you look through the cameras, and you just, it's just like Rainbow Six. You just press the button until it goes to the right. They are running down the corridor, and like I said, there's the freaking huge blast doors and then a smaller airlock. They're sort of trying to basically like position themselves around the airlock. They're next to them. You can see the leader like sort of pointing and commanding.
They're outside the smaller airlock, Thomas. They may have an explosive charge though to get through.
Related,
No.
why don't you give me a notice wisdom check?
Why don't you go ahead and be careful just in case?
One of them very much does.
Yep, they have a
A
breaching
general
charge.
charge. Yeah.
In that case, I don't need to worry too much more. I will. Can I communicate with Davis and the others at this point?
No, because you don't have
I'm
communication.
avocado.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Right. In that case, I will take up a position of cover if I can.
Yeah, you just try and find a nice place to.
and get the revolver out.
Yeah,
line
there's
it
like
up.
railings around all the individuals. You find a place of good cover,
And I will make sure Thomas is fully aware that we're not going to get like a super drop on them because we won't just open the door.
Because you just did things you don't get essentially like a sort of Overwatch attack, which you can
No, that's
do,
fine.
but
As long as I
that's-
get to take cover, if that's fine.
No, yeah, you could easily take cover. Thomas, do you want to sort of prepare for like?
Yeah, I want to prepare for if they step into this room, to the first person that steps in hit. Yeah.
Awesome. Davis, with the rest of the running, you are sort of filling them in with pretty much what's going on, right? The security forces.
Yeah, I'm also requesting backup
You
to
actually
handle this.
can see some running. Of course, now actually knowing a bit more what's going on. But yes.
Of course. Cool. I know that it's a very finite amount of speech. Could I also give some sort of identifying marks for my crew? We don't have a set sigil on our armor and stuff, do we? My character comes to the realization that uniforms are important.
Yeah, that is an issue. They don't know who's friend or foe.
Do those three look like they have unifying marks?
They all. He said they all have tattoos.
That's unfortunately not super obvious.
We are
in
wearing
combat.
vaccines right now.
Yeah. So I'll just simply say the ones that are outdoors are currently the targets, but just be wary on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. That's our turn, so we'll wait till next turn before we can act.
And I'll actually give a little token for the security guys as they're doing stuff.
I'm just excited to get Rain into some action. I honestly think she needs it. So
with
like as a
that,
captain.
Rain does need a bit of action.
Ha,
Hey-oh!
Hey.
if she's
With-
down.
so Jason, I imagine you got in cover in a place where you can see that console and you can see the cameras. That's just what I imagine someone with +2 intelligence. would do.
Ideally, yeah. So I can see outside and
Yeah, exactly. They aren't putting the breaching, the demolition charge on the door. In fact, of the two, the one in charge and two others, the one with the breaching charge steps back, and the other one starts hacking the comm panel and actually does, but no one steps through the door, like sort of in their turn there. But they're also sort of they don't have much in the way of cover aside from the doorway, but they are essentially standing in the doorway, and it would be that hacker who's first and foremost. Now, while you're running, it's actually Rain who, while you're running and you're talking, Rain probably tries to like get your attention, Davis, just moments before bullets start whizzing before your heads, as you're also shot at from.
That's fine.
So remember, there's this outer road, and there's sort of this ring of trees. From beyond there, more members of Excalibur are going to be shooting at you.
Is that a use of my terminal reflection? Or-
Yes, so you basically can't be surprised now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sort of what I was going for.
I figured as much. I'm not going to commit effort for that, so I can't use that again. Don't have enough effort to waste on it.
No, yeah. What's your armor class, Davis?
15. I think it's never changed. Yeah, 15.
I was wondering if you had dexterity because they hit you.
Unfortunately, no.
There's sort of a couple of stray bullets that get you into a situation of like, okay, we're being shot at, but you have very little of the way of cover right now. Although this outer road does have like a forklift that just got abandoned when the shooting starts and stuff like that, so you can get into cover next turn. But what sounds like pistol shots, a bullet does sort of graze by you enough to deal 5 points of damage to you.
Holy shitballs! It's half my health.
Why? Holy.
Oh, just
Because in
graze
stars of a
by and
number-
half murder you.
Because stars of a number, only the final damage counts.
Ah!
But with that, that's definitely that's a chunk of flesh missing.
Jeez. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I've grazed by people before and never almost murdered them.
Do you want to have taken a bullet? That's also fine. You're also the person who complains about that in RPGs.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just complaining that. Ow!
People can take a bullet and carry on going, to be fair.
Yes.
Especially if it's been slowed down by ballistic armor.
Every combat I've taken a bullet so far. Maybe it's time to upgrade my
Yeah,
armor.
literally, considering your big armor, that's probably, to reword it, it's more you got shot, but the armor took it, but still the freaking kinetic impact of a bullet.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm not complaining about the rules. I'm just complaining.
No, I was just trying to think of a better way to describe it. And Anna is not even going to take cover, is just going to start shooting back. You can't really see those people shooting at you yet, so she's going to sort of burst fire in their general direction and hit them.
Oh, wow. Nice work, Anna.
+2/+2, baby.
Yep, because she literally just goes like.
I didn't get the rules for that gun.
It's a D12, isn't it?
Yeah, combat rifles are D12.
I don't have a
Is it
D12
plus
in my
anything?
little thing because they never come up.
It's
Let
the
me-
special weapon.
And with that, if you could see, if it was one of those things where the camera cuts across the other side, where there's a couple of them, where there were 3 more Excalibur members, one of them is just cut down and the others start ducking into cover. Rain.
Alright, so we've got 2 different groups. 3 of them by the door. They've just got the door open.
The ones by the door, do not worry about. You cannot see them. They are
I
inside the
cannot
ship.
see them.
You
Okay.
cannot interact with those other guys right now. More concerning to you are the ones beyond the tree line.
Sure. Okay. Well, I want to see if I can find cover in the immediate
Yep,
vicinity.
you can use your movement to find some cover. It won't be
and then
great, but
take
it'll be fine.
and then take a potch. 2 remaining ones.
Remember, you can use burst fire if you want.
What's burst fire do again?
You use 2 more ammo, but you get a +2 to attack and damage rolls.
Sorry, how much more? It was better use 3 ammo instead of 1. Yeah,
Ian, on your character sheet, it's best to set your weapon to have burst ask. So every time you fire, it asks you if you want to use it or
that
not.
is a good suggestion.
That's a good idea.
I do not have that currently set up, but I will burst fire just because.
Yeah, you can just set it to be burst fire.
And then I'll miss anyway.
What is that with the extra +2?
Yeah, that's with the extra +2.
So you sort of start firing at the tree line, sort of similar to Anna, but Anna took cover. But you just sort of, there's sort of these tall, sort of spindly trees that you just start kind of chopping some of them down with a spray of bullets, and causing sort of splintery explosions. But you got some cover. Jason, you actually have a good view of the hacker.
Yeah, bang.
Please
Let
do.
me shoot at the boy.
I think this one only has 1 round, right? Yeah.
Oh,
That's one of the things where you shoot just narrowly hitting the door frame and enough for the hacker to truly be like, shit, sort of get in slightly. at this point, the security forces is shooting back at the Excalibur members with their weaponry, just starting this like gunfight where, if you have to imagine where the airlock to the Flowering Rose is, you and the security members, like a small security team, are sort of equal apart. So you've got this good like sort of wide areas. Maybe they're shooting at they're more preoccupied with like shooting and trying to work out who's friend or foe. But the people shooting who aren't the ones on the phone with them, much more threatening. And actually, what they're going to do is essentially what counts as covering fire or suppressing fire on them, which I need to check.
I like suppressing fire. That's if you're doing like that's like it does half damage to everybody, save for nothing.
That was essentially what I was going to do. Instead of
I like the idea that you can set up a group of people that just do that, even though they don't have a heavy machine gun. That just like sounds cool. It's like a firing line.
It makes sense for almost as how NPCs work.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's a cool mechanic.
Yeah, and they just sort of firing this crossfire in at the Excalibur members. Thomas, firing nothing.
So how close to me are they?
You are on sort of in cover at the door.
Yeah.
There is one person literally in the door, like on the other side.
Okay,
the other two
I want
are
to.
not far behind it. Like they're all within motion range.
I want to step to that doorway and hit that person.
Go ahead.
Jump out and just take a swing.
Yeah.
All right.
Bop.
That
Roll
is
terribly.
a miss.
9Zs.
But you get to roll a d6 damage anyway, because you have
Yes.
unarmed combatant 2, which means you have a d6 shock damage.
Is it unmodified D6 shock, or
Yes.
do you get to modify it?
It's an
Ooh,
unmodified d6
That's
damage.
huge.
So it's one of those things
Oh,
where
I
He's
missed.
heard that more than once.
where you start punching and you and swing at this guy who's just trying to get into cover because Jason just shot like near him, and you start this sort of brawl where you never get a good hit off, but you're just waning the energy off this guy. But he's not down.
Thomas is a big guy as well.
Yeah, like Thomas is completely blocking that doorway. Like if like one of them wanted to try and push past, they couldn't. There would be not a chance. Speaking of not a chance, Davis, what do you want to do?
Quick question. The shot underbarrel gun that I have, is that a combat shotgun or just a shotgun?
Regular shotgun.
And it has 1 ammo or 2? I thought
One
it was 1.
ammo, but you get to choose which ammo it is. Because there's 2 different types of shotguns.
3d4 or 2d6. 3d4 is the shorter range. 2d6 is slug and therefore longer.
Yeah.
It does cover that.
It's in the shotgun section.
About
yeah.
shotgun.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'll deal with that shit later, and I'll just use the assault rifle then. How many more are still in front of us? Breaching into their doorway.
Breaching into their doorway, you can't see them. You're nowhere near them, like I said. The ones that are shooting at you, looks like there's 2 of them.
Oh, okay. There's 2 of them left that are shooting at us. Okay, that's fine. So I will definitely burst fire with my combat rifle against them.
You know, when on Was, do as the Wassians do.
Combat.
Now
I
that's
wasn't
a
happy about that either.
I don't even know what he just said. I was like, that didn't make sense to me.
That's because you're not smart.
No,
That would have been real good if that hit.
I don't even know. Oh,
That
because
would
I'm
have been
stupid enough.
huge if that hit.
What did I roll?
Are you okay? That
You
shower
rolled, no, you have to
bubble
understand.
blew
I
you
have so many windows open right now.
Why?
So I didn't see. Now I see the
Why?
2. Why? Because I'm character and chat and this.
That's
You know what was
3.
easy? When I rolled a die on a table, I missed it.
Oh.
That's why I roll my die on a table.
Yeah. I see. I rolled a 2. That's a shitty attack.
Again, just sort of burst at the tree line. Do you want to try and get into some kind of cover, or are you?
Yeah, it's of course, I just fire at all of them, spray, kind of like throw them off for a second, then rush over. I'm trying to continue my movement forward.
Yeah, you also cover sort of half forward. Yeah.
Exactly. Because if we can flank them while also trying to stop them from getting to our allies, that'd be a good idea. So. but I'm in pain, so.
Okay, so first of all is going to be the hacker that is currently just being punched by Tomaz. Not really. He had a pistol, so he does get to attack you, but he has a -2 mod because he's in pistol. He's in melee range of you. But he actually still hits. It's one of those things where, as you're sort of like wrestling and trying to, but you're basically trying to block the doorways. He's trying to go in and sort of taking some swings at him. He sort of fumbles with his gun, and you're trying to stop him from getting that shot off. But he does, shooting you in the side for 4 damage. And the noise of the gunshot going off like so close, and there's this like massive ringing noise through the engineering bay. The other 2, who are sort of inside, actually sort of back up some into a more covered position, so further up the spine into more of the sort of open area at the front of the ship where the airlock opens into, so that they would have cover if you would start shooting out. Kind of assuming that would be what Tomaz does. Tomaz, I don't even think owns a gun.
Nope.
The ones that are going to be shooting at you guys are actually going to take a shot at Anna, because she's out there in the middle of nowhere, and they do hit her.
Is this Ollie's way of saying, no, you can't have her as your first mate, Scott? She's going to die.
No, she's just the only one who didn't get into cover.
It's funny. I actually was going to tell her to hang back, like stay back.
Scott,
and take cover,
your question, as I described when I got the gun, but you weren't interested in it. It's it's a shotgun underbarrel attachment to the gun. It's a modification to the gun. It doesn't add encumbrance.
Oh, okay, cool. Is this something that exists like further in the book?
No, I made it up.
You made it up. That's what I thought. Okay, so it doesn't add. Cool, thank you.
Yeah, it's essentially a modification.
Awesome.
It's like a little thing like this size on the bottom.
They do exist.
Just fires a shot. Yeah.
No, I know. I just assumed you were going to increase the encumbrance. I'm happy you didn't because I'm not strong.
No, it's designed that way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Anna gets shot, but is mostly fine. But she does then get to cover. Maybe one of the things she gets to behind the same cover that Rain's at instead of the same one that Davis is at. I like to imagine you two are behind the forklift, because I just like imagining there's a forklift here. And she sort of like slumps up behind it and it's like, shit's fucked, right? Like, reloading. And will then spray out. But it's kind of hard to tell from when sort of doing that sort of like overhead sort of shot from cover, like, is more just shooting in their direction, maybe a mistake. Rain, what do you want to do?
Boom, boom, fire them some more.
Boom, boom.
Your bum bum? Are you
Boom,
shot?
boom, boom.
Everybody say hey oh.
No!
That's a hit! Oh, that's
Hey!
someone becomes Swiss cheese.
Jeez. Brrr.
Someone suffers a lot.
Excellent.
Oh my
Just what
god.
I wanted to hear.
Yeah. That. So there's only one more of those ones attacking you right now. Jason, you actually don't have a shot anymore because Thomas is in the doorway.
Yeah, so I can't shoot at all.
You can prepare a shot for when he moves.
Yeah, so I'll prepare a shot. I will set up my Overwatch.
Yeah, you can basically prepare it to either shoot at the hacker who's in the doorway or at someone much further down, but you'd have a...
I would choose the hacker, yeah.
Well, I mean, when the situation comes.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Thomas is going to take a swing at the one that I've... Oh, hold on, Ollie. Here's a question. If I were to grab one of these people
Yes.
and use them as like a meat shield, right? So that might take a turn to like grab them and hold on. Yeah.
Yes, that's what, exert strength versus their exert strength.
Sure. My next question is, if I do succeed on that, would I be able to punch, not this turn, but the following turn?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try to take this person as a meat shield and then drag them into the room, like, out of the way.
That's exert strength.
All right. Damn.
They got 6 as well. Who wins? Reroll?
I don't know.
I think it's a reroll.
I vote reroll.
Yeah, I think it's a reroll.
All right, I'm fine with the reroll. Reroll. I like rerolls.
Ooh, they did better this time.
So did I.
So did my boy Thomas.
It's actually one of those things where it's a rough fight. I mean, you're starting to get that like real. This cable will not stay plugged in. That real like adrenaline rush from taking a bullet, and he's getting adrenaline rush from shooting a bullet. And it's very like sort of messy brawl. But eventually, you get like a fucking meaty arm around the guy's neck and sort of use him as a meat shield. And you wanted to pull him back into the engineering room.
Yeah, I want to pull him like back to the room so I can see that he clearly hasn't shot yet because he didn't have a shot.
So like step
I
out
want
of
to
the way.
yeah, like take a step out of the way, using them as a shield so that if they try to shoot me, maybe it's harder for them to hit me.
And you, Jason, get to have your shot at the people further down the hallway.
So question, like, he backs up because he grabbed him in front and turns, obviously. Can I just shoot the hacker
Yeah.
as he's being held?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just do that if I can.
I
It
like
makes sense. Jason's a fucking dick. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
You
a great
shoot,
shot.
Like
fucking awesome.
Thomas has him as a meat shield, and as you turn, like once you're sort of in a safer place inside the room, just a shot to the head. Just like it goes
Take
limp in
it,
your arms, and you're covered in raspberry jam.
But you got your back suit on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. This isn't Republic Commando.
I wish it was. I'm glad you got that just for me going.
Played the shit out of that game. I actually saw it was on Steam yesterday, and I added it to my wish list.
Oh, yeah.
Davis, if you
Yes.
took your full move now instead of shooting, you'd be able to get to the airlock.
It's a double move.
Yeah.
And there's still the one standing, or are both of them still standing?
There's one shooting.
Yeah,
at you
one
right
of them. Yeah.
Get to the chopper. I apologize for the terrible.
How are the girls looking?
now. Anna's been shot, but is mostly fine.
Yep. And Rain's fine as well. So
shots.
I'm gonna look to them when I see that they're okay. They might or may not notice that. I'll then turn and book it to the airlock to make sure that I can get to the rest of the crew.
So you get to the airlock within your full run. To describe it better for you, Scott, because I know you sometimes switch up. They are no longer standing in the
inventory.
airlock, but if the airlock opens up into a very sort of open chamber where they have sort of like their mess hall and some other things, which currently the two gang members are taking cover in, so you actually have a view of them. One of them, the one in charge, is actually going to see that, and sort of just assuming that you're a bad, no goodening, will actually shoot.
Can I say something? It speaks free action.
Well, they're shooting at you. Feel free to speak.
Sure.
But it's
This
one of those
is-
things. It's a spray of submachine gun bullets, and as you're sort of running up to the, as you're like, probably after you like get to the airlock and you look in, you get very swiftly on the other side of that metal. The other one will.
We need a goddamn uniform.
You need patches.
Yep. So anyways, they spray. Obviously, I try to dodge behind cover, and I'm like, well, I have to see if he murders me before I can speak.
Like I said, he missed.
Oh,
She
okay. I didn't hear that
missed.
part.
I know,
So,
because you were too busy looking at the rules of whether you could speak or not to listen.
I
to
didn't-
you
I-
getting
I
The
didn't hear
rules
that
of
either.
free speech is a free rule. I wasn't looking at anything. I was listening to Neil's beautiful voice.
What? No, you were looking at something. Why else weren't you paying attention?
No,
To
I
me
wasn't
describing you
looking at
getting
anything.
shot.
I was talking.
Yeah, I was listening to Neil's beautiful voice. So, anyways, I say, I'm like, what is it? In the name of all the stars, I am the captain of the Magpie. When they don't react, I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? And I'm gonna stand in front of them. I am the one that called for backup.
You're being shot by the Excalibur members.
I thought it was the security guards as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
How? What? No.
That's
You're
why we
being
just
shot by the
discussed
people
uniforms.
inside the ship. The flowering
That's why we just
rose.
discussed uniforms 2 seconds ago. I don't say that. I don't do that. I just take
You're
cover
being
and
shot
pray
by
for my life.
the female leader of the
Press on.
Excalibur members.
I ran and I hid. That's my turn. The other two thought so too. They're just not going to chime in.
No, I mean, it's cool for you to think so.
I thought
but,
they were the Excalibur members.
But I thought I made it pretty clear, but that's fine. It's because it's a lot of thems and these and stuff.
It's because it's 3 points of interest is all. That's all.
I mean,
it's
I didn't make it clear that it was the female leader of them, but that's, you know.
Yeah.
Old streaky.
Old streaky. Funny thing is, just the second you say that, I roll a hit to you, Jason, as the other gang members shoots down them. They actually aren't taking a spray. They sort of like turn their burst off, and they just do like a one lined up shot just after you take that shot, and you actually will be hit.
Ow.
Well, I mean, you don't know how ow it's gonna be yet.
I already know I'm gonna say ow.
Oh, you are gonna say ow. This is definitely a bullet you're
It does.
taking. 7 damage.
Oh, I'm down to 0 then. Jason just slumps forward onto the cover.
That's not good.
Anyone got
Says Thomas. Anna is actually going to kind of look at Rain and be like, "You got this?"
Should do.
And run after Davis. Rain.
I've got this. I hope I've got this.
Get it? Get it?
I've not got
you
this.
You do not have this. Sorry, man.
Nope.
All right. Next up is Jason. So you went down to 0.
Flat 0. No minus.
0. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if flat 0 does anything in this one. I don't know. No, you are dead or dying. You are mortally wounded.
I have a med kit on my belt.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like Thomas knows he has a med kit, and you can see he's a med kit.
I need a med. Oh wait, shit.
Okay, you have 6 rounds. So this is round 6. You now have 5 rounds.
Okay.
At this point, the security forces are starting to sort of encroach in more, sort of around the airlock area. One of them, they're sort of like trying to get to like Rain and sort of help her here, as well as where more of the fighting is going on in the airlock. But they're doing much more of a sort of prevent more things from going in than help you inside. Thomas, you bring that guy in. Jason takes a quick shot at his head, and then almost immediately after, as where maybe you were gonna like sort of share a smile, he takes a bullet and falls.
You like turn and you're like about to thumbs up, and then bang.
Does he fall behind cover? Can I see his body?
He is on the cover. You can see his body. If you go imagine it's sort of like railings. I'm imagining he's like freaking like next to the reactor or the spike drive on the railings, and he's like now slumped over him.
Why would I take cover behind railings? Damn it!
Because they're not just there's more going on there.
Ricochet. No, so I'm going to like. So I'm next to the door. Is there a way for me to shut this door like with a panel? Would I be able to do that quickly or no?
It was hacked open, so you'd have to hack it closed.
Sure.
Which would be an action. Trying to use a Lazarus Pit patch on Jason or any other medical thing would be an action, and just so you know, it gets harder the longer you leave it.
That's true. I do have Lazarus patches on me too.
Right. I would throw this body like just in front of the doorway. I'm gonna run over to Jason.
They all shoot it as this body.
I
comes
was
out.
kind of totally. Yeah, they shoot at the body because movement, snap reactions. It would have been what happened. I was gonna say it, and then I decided against it.
I run over to Jason, and I quickly try to find anything that I could use on him. That I know that he's a medic.
You know, like there's the medical kit, and inside his medical kit, he also has a number of Lazarus patches, which, unlike their description in Stars number, are pretty big, sort of almost Pip-Boy-like things that you kind of wrap around either the arm or the waist.
I rip open his shirt and wrap this thing around his waist because.
You're gonna give me a heal, intelligence or dex check.
All right, my heel's no good, but my int is okay. This is how we like it every day.
It's easier because you're using a Lazarus patch.
That's not easy.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
You're starting to put this thing together, but you have this
Wait, are you an
moment-
expert?
No.
What do you mean?
Nope, there's only
Expert
one
You're,
class.
you're a partial adventurer.
I'm the only expert. Oh.
Yeah.
Rip.
As you're starting to put this around him, you have this moment. As gunfire's going on around you, and you can even hear some yelling, where you just sort of, in the flashing alert lights, see the richness of Jason's blood on your hands as you're putting this patch around him. You get lost in the moment. And while you are trying to operate the Lazarus patch, you need to press in the right coordination of buttons to get it to work efficiently. It doesn't bring him back yet.
Oof. I tried.
And
That's
that
my
actually
turn.
expends the Lazarus patch.
Nice.
I've got 2 more.
You do have
Okay.
2 more.
Yay.
Next up is Davis. So you can see in 2 of them, the leader and the one with the demo charge.
Yep. So the demo charge, is it blinking or anything like that yet? Is there any sign of it being armed
No,
yet?
it's just sort of like they've got like sort of a bag that has all the sort of like cables and wires and things coming out. It doesn't immediately look like it's been armed. It looks like they were gonna put it somewhere, you know.
On turn action, to make a no, to know about that demo charge for a second. Can I? Is that like that doesn't take my turn, does it?
What more do you want to know?
If I shoot the demo charge, will it explode, or does he have to go through like an arming sequence first?
Oh, I would just say that's like a shoot check.
A shoot to no?
No, to do it
No,
as
silly.
a gameplay thing.
Yeah.
He's
but-
saying yeah. He's saying yeah.
I'm saying
So- so
yes,
the
but
answer's
it would be a
yes.
shoot check to do it instead of an attack roll.
that didn't answer my question. So the question
Yes,
is,
it literally did answer your question.
your question. What's my question, Ollie?
Your
Come on, let's
question
play this
was,
game.
oh, can I shoot that thing to blow it up? I'm saying yes.
It's not the question.
That
The
wasn't
question is, if I shoot it and I hit it and it's an awesome hit, will it explode or will it not because it needs to go through an arming sequence?
And
Which is
I
why I'm
said
asking what the
yes if you do your shoot check correctly. Which is what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
so the answer is yes, but it's shoot check, not
yeah,
attack
shoot
roll. I'm
dex.
cool with that.
Actually, shooting in.
Shoot
Essentially,
into-
you're
okay,
trying to shoot it in a way to set it off.
Cool. That's the plan then. I will try to blow them up.
Yeah. Now this is when I check how big a demo charge explosion is.
It's pretty big.
Because you're pretty close to that guy. You're real close to that guy.
Well, I can back up, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
also
can
have
back
cover,
up 10
right?
meters. And
Oh.
you definitely would want to.
Range is 20-40.
Yeah.
So how close?
You are,
How close is close?
You're in it.
Like, am I in the 20 or am I in the 40?
You're in the 20.
I wouldn't do that then. Never mind.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Uh,
if you were in the 40, it'd be worth it. You would be in the 20.
Nope. Okay, never mind. I'll skip that plan because that's just
He's
suicidal.
like 5 meters away from you.
I will legit die.
Yeah.
So I'm going to combat rifle burst fire. At either of them look injured or no?
No, neither of them been injured.
Then check. Hit.
That's a hit.
Whopping 6.
They don't go down.
It's a fat hit though.
Yeah, it's a like a real good sort of like spray like into their sort of cover where they're sort of covering behind sort of like where the like pipes and things in the walls. And then like, some of them burst and set out some steam, and you actually hear just a sort of and like a sort of spray of blood, but you don't see it fall to the ground.
Yep, I'll stick to cover. I'm also going to call in. This time I will yell something out. I'm going to call in so maybe they can hear me on the inside. Be like, hey guys, it's Davis out here. And that's it.
Okay, she is very much going to. She's going to start aiming to shoot you back. She's going to yell at the demo trying to be like, "No matter what, get that bomb ready!" And sort of start shooting as that.
They want to blow the reactor. Oh no!
Goes.
Old Streaky, when did you become so mean?
I like old streaky.
Old Streaky could be so many things and none of them are good.
That's why you think why I like it. So she starts shooting back at you. It is burst fire. but it ends up going 1 below your AC. So that's one of the things where hiding behind cover, maybe even some bullets do skim by you. The other one is going to sprint back down the corridor, and seeing Tomaz is kind of slightly indisposed, is going to set up demo charge on the reactor. Of course, it doesn't go up. It doesn't go off yet. That's sort of what they do. It's like get
Now
this thing out of
Thomas
their
has a
bag.
choice.
Flint.
What do I do?
Sophie's choice, man.
This isn't good at all. I don't like
You
this.
save one or you save all.
Oh, this is awful.
Anna, despite being with Davis, is actually going to shoot back at the one that's troubling Rain.
It's a
Who
trick
actually
shot.
I didn't have shoot at Rain last turn, so you have that one for free. And it rolled off a 15 onto a 7, so she misses. Rain.
I got this.
She says to herself, psyching herself up. She's been really listening to the supportive talk of.
I got this.
Jason.
If I don't do
You
that.
actually no, you shoot and you kill. It's one of those things where you keep doing these bursts and you're seeing them go down, and burst and they go down. You even pop up again, and they're down. They're all down.
And now that he's down, I will make my way towards 3 others.
You wouldn't make it there yet because of course you had to do an action. Jason, you have 4 turns. You've been down for 2. Thomas. So there's this demolitionist who has set up the demo charge. That sort of was their action, setting it up.
So it's activated.
Seems so, but it seems to be maybe it's on a short timer. It's beeping.
So would I know this, Ollie? Would I know of a way to obviously deactivate it, but also, you know what? No, because to activate it again, they'd have to be up close and personal with me right there. I'm gonna run up to this thing and try to deactivate it.
He's right there.
I mean, I'm literally kind of like running to it and like I'm not even gonna try
It
to
would
like.
be like
make...
it would be a fixed check with a -2.
Okay.
Because you would actually you would essentially have to sort of like break the wires and sort of tear the charges off and stuff, which is entirely possible. But he's right there, so he's going to try and stop it, obviously. So that's -2.
Yep. So fixed check -2.
Fixed dex
Fixed dex. Oh, sorry.
or strength. Either or.
I'll do strength.
You will do strength, of course.
Yeah, I'm kind of like shoving them. I'm a push them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's real good. So this demolition set up the demo charge, like plugged it onto the sort of the side of reactor, started setting all up, and it just starts beeping. Tomaz runs out, starts tearing parts off of it while shoving the guy off the side, and the beeping stops. Davis. Old
so
Streaky is still there.
I'm gonna shoot the bitch. So. Or at least attempt to.
Shot goes wide.
Yep, makes sense.
Shots.
Shots fired. But missed. Because of the fact that I know she's coming for me, after I take my, is there a chance, like if I glance back behind me, can I like retreat a little and take cover? Like kind of lure her out a little?
You could retreat behind the, with the security guards where it sort of opens up a bit more. Yeah.
Sure. So I will go back that way, especially since I heard a hoot of success coming from Rain down the hall. So I'll retreat a little bit and take cover.
That's kind of what Anna did last time as well, so actually that does lead them. So she actually is going to sort of run a little closer into a position of better better cover, not power, and is going to take a burst shot at you, Davis.
Which is fine. She's being led away.
Because you're running away, it's one of those things where it's just sort of a spray like up that doesn't hit anything, blows some light fixtures and things. Demolitions guy.
He also has level 2 in punch.
No, and he's going to pull a fairly advanced looking knife.
Oh, you're muted, Will.
Is he though?
Oh, sorry.
I
Am
thought
I,
it was intentional.
am I familiar with this knife?
You'd be able to tell it is a knife that's going to cut a lot more. You know, it's essentially sort
Yeah.
of like a vibro knife kind of thing.
Yep.
It's a vibrator hilt with a blade attached.
And it does hit.
It's because Ollie doesn't like wasps.
The blade is called the Wasp. It's got a yellow
I like
handle and everything. And actually, he does sort of trying to sort of get you out of the way. Like as he's shoving you, he sort of shoves sideways into like your gut, sort of pushing you away slightly more, and be like, "You're going to ruin everything," and actually deals 4 damage to you. Yeah.
I'm up still.
Oh
yeah,
my
it's a
God.
real good sort of stab to the side. Next up is Anna, who's going to start shooting at Old Streaky.
Old street.
But this sort of thing, because she's sort of in the doorways of the airlocks. Airlocks, by their nature, they're just a very defensible position. She, instead of bursting, takes like 1 good shot, and actually you see one of their vac suits that are on like sort of the back wall. She actually ends up just shooting a big hole in one of them. She's like, fucking shit, and reloads. Right, you can move into position to see the Excalibur leader there.
But presumably I can't see what's going on with Thomas. right?
You definitely cannot. You'd have to be. They're like inside, around a corner, and through a door.
Can I move and take a shot on her at the same time?
Yes. You'd have to move to get in range to take a shot.
Yeah,
at them.
I will do that. I want to damn teleport in there and save Thomas, but I don't
You
know
can't
what's
see.
going on.
But the thing is, which you can do, they're down a hallway. You can, like, when you see inside, teleport to the other end of it.
Yeah, I can, but I don't. The problem is I don't
Kind of
know
a
that
waste.
Thomas is in trouble, so I wouldn't do it.
No, exactly. That's just something you could do later, maybe. But
Yeah.
feel free to take a shot.
Way!
It's one of the things you're sort of running and shooting back at the airlock section. Not much comes of it. Jason, you've been out for 3 turns now. You have 3 turns left. Thomas.
Tomas is gonna punch this guy in the knee so hard that he dies.
It can happen.
It's a
He does
possibility.
D8 damage now.
Dies, cries, or just lies on the floor.
Yeah. That, you
my
sort of, as he stabs you, low punch to the knee, crack as you break the fucking kneecap, and his knee basically inverts into an innie, not an outie. And that is just sort of like a, and he falls head first into that very railing with just a sickening crack. And then
Nice.
his whole body just goes limp and the knife drops to the floor.
I just get up and run over to him as quickly as possible, using the rest of my movement.
There's now a significantly larger pool of blood.
Yes, very much. Davis.
Sadly, I just have to rinse and repeat. I have nothing else, so I will
Could use some.
pop out from behind cover, and at the woman. There we go.
And with
Hello.
that spray, like she sort of ducks out of cover to maybe shot at you again, and there's just sort of a nice sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and she just falls backwards down into the airlock. Even one of those things where she actually ends up spraying upwards with her SMG like as she dies.
Awesome. As soon as that happens, I'm gonna move back to the cover I was at prior.
Like
So
at
move
the-
back up to the prior cover. Yep.
By the door. Awesome. That's actually all of them. So, I mean, the immediate next thing is Rain. You would probably run in.
Yeah, I would be running in to see what was going on with Thomas.
If you used your full movement, you can basically get to the entranceway of the engineering chamber, where you see that Thomas is leaning over a gut shot Jason. But that's your full turn.
Yeah.
Next up is Jason, who's now been down for 4 turns. has 2 turns left.
Oh my god, the DC is so
Thomas.
difficult now.
Yeah.
How hard is this DC? Is it even?
It's a 6
Plus
4 for 4 turns of being out.
So I have to crit.
You have a -2.
I have a -1. Sorry, I have to either get an 11 or a 12, but I have to try.
You have
Because
to
it's
try.
a dexterity or intelligence, I think, for this skill.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it
I'm
doesn't
using
have heal.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have heal. That's the issue. So it's leveled out. So I have to get.
I thought you had a +2
Oh.
intelligence for some reason.
No, you can't have a +2 to anything. All right, so.
You can have a +2 to your attributes.
Oh, okay. Ready?
Aim. Fire.
You're trying. You try to apply another Lazarus patch. It's been a significant time since the first one you applied. The wound has got worse. More of that sort of deep, almost black blood that starts pouring out from very serious wounds. Davis, if you use your movement, you can get inside the engineering chamber as well, where you
You
see...
know, obviously, I would go running, sprinting over to Jason's side, almost like sliding to a stop next to it, and immediately trying to do the same thing. I don't know
wouldn't
if there
have an
are any
action.
Lazarus.
This is the
patches
last
left.
Lazarus patch.
You wouldn't have an action. You would have
That's
spent
fine.
your entire movement getting there.
It would take a double turn to get there.
Yeah.
Even though I was up close. Okay. So,
Oh!
Didn't the engine?
'Cause I moved back in.
Yeah, you were in the entryway,
move
so
all the way
yeah.
in and set a demo.
Yeah. So you actually can. Yeah. So
yeah.
no,
So
no,
I don't want to spend my turn doing this action. I want to spend my turn giving whatever modifier I can. You know, because like
to the next time he's doing
exactly.
Yeah.
Because my modifier, just so you know, I have a +0. Oh no, my intelligence is +1.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter what
actually-
you have. I think you give a +1 no matter what.
No. But I have a +1 -1, so I'm rolling a flat 2, so I could totally roll as well and just hope that the dice
But
goes
if
in
you
my
give a
favor.
if you give a flat versus giving me a +1 or Rain a
If
+1.
we're allowed
But-
to, if we're allowed to use Dex heal for this, I can do this flat as well. So
Oh, so I can give you the bonus.
It's got
Yeah,
gives me
give
the
Rain
bonus.
the bonus.
My concern was that Tomas is after Jason, so the DC would increase, so that it ends up being
Can I
worse.
point out that the one problem with this is that you're relying on my roll?
That's very
Yeah, but
true.
your rolls have been terrible for a long time, so.
You know, I'm okay with relying on your roll because then you killed him and not me. So you know what?
Oh no.
Anna
Listen, I saved us all.
would have run into the chamber by now, but she's not sort of in the whole mess there. Rain, do you want to give me a heal dexterity?
I'm giving you
With
that
a +1.
+1.
Actually, is it +2? Is Thomas helping as well?
If I can, I will help in any way, shape, or form.
+2, yeah.
Okay, +2. I might have half a chance at this then.
You're looking for
Fingers
a
crossed.
10 or higher.
Come on, Jay.
I told you not to rely on my roll.
What was that? You had.
And I believe that's the last Lazarus patch.
That was the last Lazarus patch that I have stowed.
Yeah, on your body right there.
I would have failed too, so it's okay.
So is with that,
So
sort
would
of
I have failed?
maybe looking like Davis comes in and starts organizing the scene,
Yep.
after putting emotions beside for a moment. Oi, stop rolling nothings out of nowhere.
It's
because
not nothing.
You actually
It's
still
successes.
have another turn where
Yeah.
you can try without a Lazarus patch. So stop it.
Sorry.
I mean,
Uh,
it's impossible without Lazarus.
It's actually near impossible without a crit, but yes.
All right. So what do I have to roll to crit this?
I mean, I was kind of describing what was happening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As you use these Lazarus patch and they sort of flash red, they're like they're spent because they inject like a cocktail of the correct sort of drugs, but they just do not work. Jason looks even worse. His life signs completely fail it. You have moments, and with that, it is the same roll. You just have to get above a 12, I believe. Well, now
So,
it'd be a 13,
right bef-
actually. So,
Right before you make your roll, I'm gonna be over him. And I'm gonna be like, Jason, you are not leaving us. You are not leaving me. And I'm gonna like grab him like firmly by the shirt and be like, stay with us, Tomas. Stay with us. Stay with us.
because you can kind of go. So this is for you using the med kit, which I believe is an 8 DC.
Oh yeah, there is a med kit. That's true. Very true.
Yeah, so the
Well
med kit
remembered.
means, because otherwise it would be like a 10 DC, which is being completely possible. So this will be you need a 13 or higher.
I can't roll a 13, but
You have a +2.
Yeah, if we're giving.
oh, with the +2, okay. I can technically roll a 13. Whoa,
What?
I'm confused.
What?
I too am
I-
confused.
that's a 13.
You have a double
That's
plus.
13.
You have a double plus.
5
It
plus-
is
5 plus 5
technically
plus
a
2 plus
13.
1.
I'm having a hard time showing it to chat, but it was a 5 minus 1 plus 2 plus 1. So that's exactly 13, right?
There's a 12, isn't
That's
it?
a 12. Oh,
That's 12 out of 13, yeah.
yeah, that's 12. What you just said is a 12.
'Cause I just
I
closed
think
the pop
I can
out
at
to
least
read
I can at least
the
re-roll
legit.
this because it was weird, right?
No, then dice rolled fine. It's just that you put a double plus in.
Yeah, that messes with the algorithm.
Technically, algorithm's fine. But
Shh.
it's a simple math.
So with that, you start. Thomas starts sort of fumbling with his med kit that's always on his side, which is now also saturated with blood.
Oh.
Trying to do whatever you can, but there's really nothing you can do. And with that, you lose all of Jason.
Okay. Well, then, what's his name? I'm lost here. Davis. I'm terrible with names. Davis, kind of coming to that realization when probably Tomas says there's nothing else. He will be like, no, you're fucking wrong. And I'm going to like grab like the defibrillator and also try to shock him again. Just kind of like, and probably continue trying to resuscitate, continue trying to shock him.
After you do it like 2 times, I just like I grab you off of him like he's gone.
No, fuck you! I say, and I like try to like throw you off of me. I know you're significantly bigger and stronger and whatnot.
It's probably one of the ones where like Tomas lets you, you know?
Yeah, it's like I let you just beat on me, even though I'm really hurt. But I was just like,
I eventually I wriggle myself free, and I'm gonna be over his body, and I'm like, no, Jason, you can't leave me, no. And I'm gonna like rest my forehead on his, and then you see me like gently patting like the side of his head and patting his cheek, and I'm like, no, Jason, after all these years, Jason, you can't. We had a plan. Beautiful fucking boy. We had a plan. No. You can't. It just kind of keeps going.
yeah.
For a while. There would literally be sort of a thing where, in a very first officer way, even though you didn't actually end up talking to her, Anna is kind of organizing the scene from the outside of the room. The people who are in here, even if you probably can't focus on it, you can hear the muffled conversations of her trying to explain to the security forces what went on and why it happened. That sort of continues around you for some time before. Would you bring Jason back to the ship, or would you let? I imagine you would do that instead of letting them take him away.
Nobody else is touching him.
Well, yeah.
Tomas, Anna, and Rain. Nobody else is touching him.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that while Davis was sort of over his body, Rain would have slumped to her knees and would just be staring blankly.
Yeah.
And it's only when people like that when
would
things
be-
start moving that she stands up, but she's still like very blank and not
It would
really.
have been sometime later, like
Yeah.
a good maybe even 10 minutes before Anna would sort of come into the room and try to get people to sort of snap back into it.
Yeah. Once she's got that, Rain will sort of stand up and follow, but it's clearly in a daze and not really.
Yeah, it's literally, she's actually very protective of you in this moment, Rain. She sort of makes sure Tomas is okay, but she knows Tomas will be more. And so like just get back to the ship. But she like takes Rain back to the ship. It's like she gives you like a hot drink, and it's like, I need to leave. I need to sort things out. You stay there. You breathe, and we'll sort of continue trying to talk things down. But from Thomas, who's probably the only person listening to sort of what the security conversations are going on, Anna's doing a very good job of explaining it. I mean, it's a very complicated situation. And it would probably be quite some time before... So what was it? Were you going to bring him back to the ship eventually?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I imagine even you would be the one that carries him out. After a significant amount of time. And then sort of time would pass unless there's anything immediately Thomas or Rain or Davis would want to do. You would sort of probably back up your ship, and it would be one of those things where you would even sort of hear Anna be like, look, we just had one of our own pass. We're happy to explain everything in a day or two. Just let us dock, let us grieve. And she actually, so that would be sort of, you would hear a lot of Anna sort of talking, especially when you're in the ship, because you can just sort of hear everything that happens in the ship.
Mm-hmm. So Tomas wouldn't overcrowd in any way, shape, or form Davis. However, he will always be in like the next room. Just like if anything is needed immediately, he's there. But he's like always kind of just away because he knows that it seems as though he needs space and that he doesn't want anyone to be around him. He's very emotional.
Davis, after we get back to the ship and get him into the medical area and whatnot, Davis would probably spend the first 6 to 8 hours just collapsed on the floor, sobbing his eyes out. After he finally gets his himself back together enough, he will start doing appropriate preparations, for an appropriate officer send-off, and would take care of like the cleaning and the reuniforming and all of that stuff, which I imagine is a very slow and very arduous process.
Yeah. But
he does it with steady, dedicated hand, or at least as much as he can manage, and we'll worry about that because we put you in like one of those preserve suits or whatever until we're no longer docked, because we're not going to take care of.
Well, I mean, you could, if you wanted, use their morgue, but I imagine you don't want to.
No, he would. Yeah. He's a man of the stars, and he should be amongst them.
Yeah, if you literally say that to Anna, she'll sort of nod, and essentially you would lock up this room until you're in deep space enough to do that. Yeah, and then I imagine several days would pass with a lot of you processing it and processing what to do next.
Davis has 0 conversations with anybody, not even once, beyond like if you see him in the hallway and it's like, oh, you getting breakfast? It'd be like a grunt.
Yeah.
No
I imagine
response.
everyone would be pretty quiet with everyone.
Yeah.
It's not like he gets like, he stopped shaving and he gets all this shit. No, he's still in his prom. His day is very practiced, but he has 0 interpersonal skill whatsoever. He doesn't speak to the captain of the other ship. He doesn't do anything at all beyond being about the ship and spending time in that room, spending time alone.
Fair enough. Well, I think this is a good enough place to stop as any. So,
yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Wonder what will happen next week. That's the right feeling. Well, that's the right feeling.
I've experienced this enough to where I know how to handle character death. It's sad.
It is sad.
Yeah, character death a couple sessions in, though, feels kind of like, how much investment do all the characters really have into the one person?
I mean, this is...
we do, because our characters
5.
came in knowing each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is week 5. I think there's quite a lot of knowledge.
If we met each other,
that's
like
20
during
hours
session,
of knowledge.
But if our characters met each other during week 1,
it wouldn't be like,
yeah. If we were I met this guy at a bar,
didn't care about the death of a friend, then yes, but yeah.
Is somebody a friend after only 20 hours?
Well, no, because it's been
I know, it's
actually like
in-game,
20
I know.
days, but
Yeah. Or longer, yeah.
So, why don't we start our circle of shame with no longer Jason?
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah,
I
and it
am
was as well.
Neil. I play on Wednesday all day just to give me crippling depression. You can find me on Bloodletting the Witcher stream on Scott's channel /Daleric, or here crying as my PCs get
It's very
viciously
interesting
murdered
because
with a single shot.
this is the first PC you've ever had die. And the interesting thing is, usually you don't die so much because you're so lucky. When it does outnumber, your life isn't in your luck.
Like doesn't protect you as
In
much as
someone
does
else's
that number.
luck.
Yeah, no, and it's more horrible because Jason felt quite real in that
that's the thing.
he's
It does outnumber.
yeah, you know, and he had relationships building with the crew. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at naghai_, on Discord at naghai, at me, send me love.
Feel free to send him love in the spoilers chat too.
Yeah, in the spoilers chat only, please.
They would get suspicious otherwise.
Rip Jason.
Yeah. Well, he died saving people's lives though, which is pretty good. And he didn't die.
He failed
of a
at
horrible...
that though.
Just so you know, the rules for radiation death are like much worse. So you did have some luck there. You actually can't use a Lazarus patch for someone dying of radiation too. Next up, Tomaz. Who are you, and do you have anything new happening in the next week or so?
I do. So at Will Call Brewing is where you could find me on Instagram and in the Discord and all that. However, I am starting a new YouTube channel in which you can find me. I'll share the link right now in chat. But it's called By the Way. Basically, it's just kind of a weekly vlog where I talk about life and kind of like a weight loss journey that I've been on and now I'm back into. So if you would just check out that channel, maybe subscribe if it's something you're interested in. And I'm going to be releasing my first video on Monday, so expect it to be up then, and every Monday from here on out until who knows when.
Just stating a YouTube fact, when somebody gets to 100 subscribers, they can get a unique URL.
Yes.
Yes.
It will be easy enough, and, you know, with the community.
Put in.
Rain, who are
Right.
you?
Well, Jason died for nothing.
Wow. Is that the new Ardent hashtag? Please don't.
I am Arvine, Ian, whichever you prefer to call me. I am most known for anime and such like. At me on Discord about it. I'm also known for playing generally traumatized or otherwise somehow twisted in some way characters.
Oh, okay, let's go through some lists, okay? Let's go through the ones on stream first. Caitlin, not traumatized, but
not traumatized, pretty twisted.
Twisted.
Messed up.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Melody, traumatized.
Yeah. Rain, traumatized.
Rain, traumatized. Arvine, both, but less,
yeah,
like 50-50.
Yeah.
Little column
Yeah.
A, little column B.
Yeah.
And your current character on Mondays, Lily, is twisted.
Yeah. A bit, but actually, Lily's a little bit of both as well, I think.
Yeah, last session, significantly more traumatized than twisted.
Traumatized went up.
Okay, there's currently a sliding scale.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then last, and most certainly least, Derek, who are you? Where can we find you? Don't just say a website this time, please.
Delric.com.
No!
And you can find me mourning. You find me mourning the death of my husband.
It never came out as well.
I mean, he came out a long time ago, but it was to his superior officer.
That's true. And you can find me here, breaking your hearts, every Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. GMT, BST. And Sundays at 12 p.m. Bullshit tea. Don't drink that. It's bad for you.
Ew.
Also, at some days at 9 p.m. I used to do Tuesdays, but I think I'm going to take Tuesdays off at the moment because I've got long weekends. So Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. Doing something. I don't know. I'm kind of bored of No Man's Sky and I don't know what to do, so we'll figure it out. And you can find me on like too many other shows that I will tweet about and post on the server. So, see you next time. Oh, and if you watch this on YouTube, hi.
And if you don't, hi anyways.
Yeah, hi. But bye. Bye.